YouTube family. We are gonna do a review on Chankanaab. I like to call it Chankanaab. I don't really know what the preferred or correct pronunciation here is, but we'll go through a few lists of things that I got on here. We did this short excursion. We bought it off the ship right before the night. So I think there was a deal on it maybe. It was $79.99, so around $80 a person. This is only the day pass. It is not the scuba diving or the dolphin adventure. So this is strictly for the day pass. I have no clue about the scuba diving or the dolphin adventure. So those could be completely different than this, but I'm going to tell you that this is going to be a pretty negative review right off the bat. If you don't want to watch this video, I would probably give it a 0 out of 10, negative 2 out of 10, more than likely. And I will tell you why. But first things first, what do we do? So this was in Cozumel, Mexico. A lot of people like to go to all-inclusives or a beach resort so they can just hang out, do whatever they want. So once we got off the Wonder of the Seas, is the ship that we were on, we went off of the boat. We went past into the port. You had to get past a fruit-sniffing dog, or a drug-sniffing dog, as I like to call it. Then you go and you see all these people, and they all have their numbers up. So you look for your number, you have your pass printed off, and then you go past this green building and you wait in line with all the other people with the scuba adventure and the dolphin adventures and the day pass people. And remember, there are multiple ships on here, so you have to find your group as well. So once you get to the check-in line, you're just waiting there for a few minutes until your tour guide shows you where you're supposed to go. Our tour guide's name was Naomi. She was very enthusiastic. She led us to where we needed. She had a big sign up. She even had a microphone with a speaker. She made some jokes about her having to feed her Mexican family, so we should give her tips, which honestly, she was the person that would least harass you here. So the harassment theme will be a good theme for the rest of the tour. So we had to wait on transportation to Chankanaab. So the only way to actually get there was through a taxi. So normally there's a sign in Cozumel. They'll tell you exactly where you're gonna go, all the prices of the taxis, but this is included in our fare. We all had to wait on a taxi. So we had to join a family of 5 here to get into a taxi or a van to get us there. It took about, I'd say about 10 minutes to get there. It wasn't a very long trip, but Naomi had to pay for every taxi to get to Chankanaab. Once you got there, it was a very nice resort. There's multiple, it's very beautiful there. It's got very nice signage. You can walk around and tour the place, but Naomi told us to wait there. As soon as you got there, you were harassed by these people that wanted to take your picture. We actually did not have our pictures taken with the group that we were with because we knew that once we had the pictures taken, they would try to upsell everything. So take your own pictures if you can. Got to that point, we went through a bunch of lines with all the other people trying to give the tour. We got to the big Chankanaab sign, which you will see here, which is pretty nice. Then you see the Dolphin Adventure Center, or the Dolphin Center. That's what we would call it. This is the most important building that you're gonna have. Remember this building if you go there, because this is the only place that you're gonna get free drinks and free food. Granted, the free drinks and the free food for the trip, as advertised, was a trap.
It's a trap!
Because it's only in one place. So if you go anywhere else, they're gonna upcharge you for drinks and food. The Dolphin Center in itself is very busy. The line for the buffet here, which has hamburgers, hot dogs, tacos, juices, French fries, just kind of fast food, faster food. But we didn't even try because the line was so horrendously long, as you could probably see. We did wait on some drinks here. There was a shorter line for that. Basically, there's beers and cocktails. I do have a menu here that I will put on here so you can see. There's very limited selection, and everything they serve here is in a glass, so it's not in a plastic cup or anything. You can't ask for anything like that because basically they trap you inside this building. So if you get a margarita or a beer, you can't actually leave the facility. They'll stop you because they want you to stay inside there. You can't take it to the beach. You can't come back here, take it back to the beach because they want you to buy the drinks on the beach or the food on the beach. And they're all upcharged. It doesn't matter how much it is because you went there for thinking that you would get food and drink. You don't. Not while you're on the beach. You only get food and drink when you're in this building. So that's the biggest negative that you're gonna run into if you came here to drink and party. Go to Tortugas. I have a video on that. Mexican beers, which I personally love and drink all day. I got one, tasted the same as always. My wife got a margarita. She said it was the worst margarita she's ever had. I'm sure if you just got shots of something, which you can't do, it would be fine. But you could put them in cocktails. I'm sure they kind of don't make these as well because they are quote unquote free, but all that is a lie. Either way, when you go outside, there is a nice little patio deck that you can sit outside there, but you can't take any of your glass at all out here. There's a small pool for kids and adults. It's very chill. There's no lifeguards on duty, by the way. Once you go to the right, you can see where the Dolphin adventure is, and I'm sure that's gonna be a lot better than this day pass. So we get past all of this, and we do see a little marketplace, some statues here. There's quite a bit of like jewelry, clothes, souvenirs, some people would like, but either way, you kind of go down this little circle and you see all these people and they're like, oh, will you buy something? You want to buy something? Hey, do you want to buy something? And then there's also a tequila place right here. Also another upcharge. Basically, this is Upcharge City is what they should call it. Once you get past Upcharge City here, you will get to the main beach area. Now, we were really excited about this because we were like, oh yeah, well, if we can't get these drinks and these food, we could at least swim and do all these other things that we want to do. That was wrong, very much wrong. As soon as you got there, you're harassed by the waiters. Do you want some food? You want a chair? You want to do this? Granted, the chairs are free, thank God. But once you look at the waves and the current, which it could have been a bad day that day, and it was just hitting so hard and it's so rocky. There's stairs there, but as you know, these stairs are very wet. I would wear shoes, water shoes. That way, once you get in the water, it wouldn't cut your foot, but the current and everything is super dangerous. I'm a pretty good swimmer. I didn't step foot in this water just because of danger. There are some floaties out there, but you'd have to get past the dangerous rocks and the ravine before you could actually physically get there. We decided to explore some more, and there actually is a smaller beach. So if you go back towards the marketplace, you can actually find a smaller beach. It is very much more calm here. A waiter came up to us. He was super nice. He wasn't trying his best to upsell us, but I knew he was like, here's your menu. Everyone always hands you a menu to look at it, and everything on the menu costs more money. Even our tour guide, Naomi, would tell you that. Everything costs more money unless you're in the Dolphin Center. He points us to this beach. We get chairs, we undress, and it's actually a very nice beach. It's very small. The water's pretty much clear for the most part. There wasn't that many people in the water so far now because everyone just got there. So once we get into the water, there are some rocks. You can go there barefoot like we did. I would honestly recommend water shoes if you had them. You can slip. There's a little bit of jagged rocks, but you can see them. So if you avoid them, it's not too bad. Once more people got there, the water got very murky though. And once you're trying to leave it, the rocky rocks were not very fun. But if you had to hang out somewhere at a beach, this would probably be it. Unless you don't get in the water, the other beach would suffice. I think honestly, the disappointment that we had was we were supposed to go there for a beach day, but would really turn into a adventure day. So they do have a place with these ruins, and there's quite a bit of picture opportunity here. You can take many pictures on these ruins. If you can get someone else to take your picture, it looks really cool. Behind it, and there's like a walking, like grassway greenery. There's multiple statues of just ancient Mexican ruins. I don't know if they're authentic because I was my own tour guide, so I'm gonna say they're classically Mexican authentic. You could see like a big fat man, people laying down. There's like other statues that didn't make sense. There's a tiny little waterfall that you can see that's actually really cool. And you just keep walking and you see these ruins, and then you get to this little town that's like hidden away with more statues. Like almost like Halloween statues. I think, honestly, this was probably the best part of the whole experience, is because we got to go on an adventure, see some statues, see a bunch of things like that. It was actually really cool in that sense. We actually found a pond, and it was quite vast. Now, number one, you can't swim. The sign says it. It's green. I guess it's greenish blue turquoise looking, and it's really, really just nice scenery. So you can take pictures here. You cannot get in the water. I don't know why. It's probably some algae or bacteria growing in there. Now, I will tell you that there was 3 slots to leave. I think one was like 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and we wanted to leave immediately. But we did sit down and we relaxed on the beach chairs on the big beach that was too rocky. We were trying to count our blessings and say, at least we weren't at home where it was snowing. So I would honestly say the pros, which is very, very, very low here, is number one, they have some very nice scenery. Our tour guide was amazing. That's probably about it, to be honest with you. We didn't try the food because the line was so long and things like that. So the cons here, I think the biggest con is, most people would agree with this, is when you go to a resort or day beach or anything like that, you just don't want to be harassed. You always kind of want to enjoy it. Like if you wanted something, they come up to you and you tell them what you want, but you don't want to be harassed. I mean, you were constantly being harassed. Let's take a picture right in the beginning. Next thing, do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? Do you want to buy this? Do you want to buy that? I mean, necklaces, souvenirs, tequila, upcharging food, upcharging drinks, everything. Harassment. The food in itself at the Dolphin Center, we didn't even try. It was buffet style. I'm sure it was kind of like if you were at the Windjammer of some sort like that. So we didn't want to wait behind 50 plus people to get food that on the ship would be better. The drinks in itself, like I said, the major cons is you can't take it out of this center at all. It's all in glass. All the cocktails didn't seem to be as great a quality. Beers will always be beers. So if you're gonna get something, get a beer. I think the biggest problem is we came here for a relaxing beach day, but we actually just turned it into an adventure day. It was not listed as an all-inclusive, but in the little title there, it said drinks and food included, which it is, but it should have an asterisk right there and be like drinks and food only included in certain parts of the resort, which you will not enjoy. I would give Chankanaab a negative 2,000 probably. I'm sure if I went on the Dolphin adventure, it'd be a lot better, or even the scuba, but I really don't have any positive things to say about Chankanaab, unfortunately. It was very disappointing. The $80 was not well spent. I could have went many other places besides this. You're better off finding your own place, like Tortugas or any other resorts. Basically anything that Royal Caribbean's not offering and it's not on the short excursion list, and do your own research. Tortugas is a very good one. I'll send a link here to where we went to. If this was helpful at all, please like and subscribe. Help out the channel. Keep on doing this stuff. Put all the comments you want. Chankanaab sucks.